So, I just finished I don't even know how long I was in the tub. I could have been there a couple of hours, I have no idea. I lose track of time when I'm there, and I think about things on a deeper level. And something came to me. So, when I was in college, I literally took 10 years to accomplish a 2-year degree. Because I took classes as I desired, right? Of course, I started with the fun ones and electives and the ones that I was genuinely interested in. Until I got to a point where what was left were core classes that I had been avoiding completely. Like, that's all that was left. So I was posed with the question of whether or not I really wanted to graduate or if I had just been dangling my feet in the water for fun. And I determined that I wanted to graduate. I was in on a high school completion program, so I really was there with a purpose in the beginning. Because when I graduated from high school, it was with a GED, so it wasn't like, a real graduation, and I missed so much. So I decided to knuckle down. And the class that was the most challenging for me, classes, were the math classes. Until I took Spanish, then I found out. That's another, might even be part of this story. But anyway, at this point of the story, I started in math lab. Because I know if you miss even one little thing in math, one little step, you're fucked, right? You can't miss any steps. So I started with 1 + 1 = 2. And I went all the way through at my own pace until I was able to go to an actual scheduled class, Math 81, pre-algebra. And this teacher had a talent for teaching math. She was literally able to explain it 24 different times, 24 different ways, and actually more patient as she went along. It was insane how patient she was. I had never experienced anything like it before, and commented on it to her. And she said to me, Stephanie, everybody can learn math. You just have to figure out how they learn it. And she had a talent, a true talent for that. And I had gone from a D- that I had received in my last math class in geometry in 10th grade to a 3.8 in her class. I was floored. I could do math. The next class was math 91, is that what it was? And that teacher had kind of a thick accent, and she spoke fast and she moved fast, and I didn't do quite as well in her class, but I still kept up. I still learned. I didn't miss any steps. What did I get in her class? I went from a 3.8 probably to, I think it was a 3.5, maybe a 3.2, something like that. And then, no, 3.5, because in the next class I took, this guy didn't like to explain anything. And I ended up with a 3.2 in his. Me and this other guy would ask questions anyway. And then I took a night class. I finally made it to college level algebra. And it was in that class, this teacher was hilarious. She didn't wear a bra. She was a throwback from the 60s. She loved, she didn't want to explain anything, like literally to the point where if you started bugging her, she'd scream fuck and throw chalk across the room. I mean, it was crazy. But I got a 4.0 in her class. I studied harder for that class than any class I've ever studied for in my life, before or since. And what I figured out was that in each class, from 81 to 91 to 93 to, what they're doing is showing you the different formulas, and in each level up, they're taking away one of the kickstands so that you can Remember, they're training your brain to think algebraically in a way to problem solve. And I realize that emotional healing is the same way. It mirrors it. Because there's really only one right answer for you, right? And my daughter's here, kind of distracts me, but that's what I've been going through, is deeper and deeper. It's like the same lesson, deeper level. And each time it's a deeper level of releasing and letting go. And I hit one today that was pretty monumental. And I feel a lot lighter here. Like I can breathe better. And I see more clearly. It's a relief in ways that I can't explain. Because this burden I've been carrying has been so heavy. It's not easy to let go of these things that hurt us. But once we do, it's freedom. Just take the lesson and run. Or sit. But just take the lesson, right? That would be part 4 in how to feel happy, is letting go of this type of crap. Become a dump truck.